First, I'm going to talk a little bit about psychosomatic illness, and then I'm going to tell you an amazing story that happened to me. When your mind is upset, when it's filled with depression, anxiety, anger, or angst, all of that stress, all of those emotions have an impact on your body. Basically, it suppresses the immune system. Okay, so it's easier to get sick and it's harder to get well. If you are aware of the mind-body connection and appreciate the fact that what you think to some degree is what you get, you can alter the state of your health. The more you can resolve your inner conflicts, your anxieties, your fears, you reduce the stress in your mind, and that reduces the impact on the immune system, and you won't get as sick, and you're more likely to be in a state of well-being for a lot longer than you might. Louise Hay wrote a book, You Can Heal Your Life. And in that book, she describes every illness as having an origin in the mind, a symbolic origin in the mind. If you interpret the origin, if you interpret what the mind is doing to create that particular problem in a particular body part, you can heal yourself. You can heal your life. I highly recommend you read that book. Let me tell you a story about what happened to me. Prior to becoming a board certified psychiatrist, you have to pass an oral exam and a written exam. Now, the written exam just, you study for it. You learn everything you possibly can, you review everything you possibly can, and you take the test. If you pass the test, then you've got to take an oral exam where they grill you like you wouldn't believe. You got like three people, they give you all sorts of cases and hypotheticals, and you've got to prove that you know what the hell you're doing in order for them to certify you, right? It's very intensive. It's very scary. And over 50% of the people who take it fail. Uh, so when I was about to take it, I was actually at my house getting dressed. I was going to go to the airport, fly to Portland, where they were giving the 2-day exam, right? I go into my closet and I reach for a shirt, and suddenly my back goes out. I mean, I have this, it's unbelievable. The most intense pain I've ever experienced. I couldn't move. Just a slight moving by an inch, a slight breath was agonizing. So I slid to the floor and I lay on the floor in agonizing pain. And I'm saying to myself, holy crap, what the hell is going on here? There's nothing wrong with my back. And suddenly it goes into this incredible spasm. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? My first thought is, well, obviously, I'm not going to take this board exam. Instead of calling a cab to go to the airport, I'm going to call 911 and take me to the hospital. But as I was laying there, I remember thinking to myself, it doesn't make any sense that this would happen. Maybe this means something. Maybe there's a purpose to why my back went out. Maybe there's a mind-body connection here. So I had to ask myself, could there possibly be a subconscious reason, a psychological reason why my body turned on me? Maybe I'm really afraid of taking this exam. Maybe I'm really afraid that I'm going to fail. And if I fail, it will be humiliating. It will be shaming. It will be terrible to look people in the eye and say, essentially, I'm a big loser. I failed. I'm not going to be a good psychiatrist. And so the thought of having to face people with that sense of failure and humiliation was so overwhelming to me, I didn't want to deal with it. So my mind took me out of the equation. My mind created a backache so severe that I would have to cancel the interview, the test. But then I thought, okay, right, I can see that. Well, if I do that, if I allow myself to use this as an excuse, this backache as an excuse to cancel the exam, first of all, I'm going to lose the airfare. I'm going to lose the money. I'm just going to have to reschedule it and take it again. And I'm going to have to put months and months of preparation into it again. And I'll still be faced with the same problem of possibly failing and being humiliated. So I told myself, look, I've got to accept the fact that it might happen. I might fail and it might be very shaming and humiliating, but I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. I can deal with shame and humiliation. I can deal with it. And I'll just study hard and I'll do better and eventually I will pass it. Now, as soon as I made that acknowledgement and that acceptance, The back pain instantly went away. I flew to Portland. I passed the exams. There you go.